Gang in this bitch.
Oh. As you could see, go ahead, make it clap. We are
173. Change the
in the middle of a
scenery a little bit.
set change, but we don't let the fucking speed bumps slow us down. We fucking fly right over them bitches.
Fuck up the
axle and everything.
Boom. But we here, we live, and
Jacob's a year older.
That I am.
How you feel, old man?
Oh, my knees crack a little bit more,
Bro,
but
fucking sounded like you just dislocated your hip not too long ago.
Yeah, like
whatever the fuck that was.
That was my knee. That shit just popped out of nowhere. I was like,
God damn.
But I'm the big old 2.8. So fun times.
Do you feel any different? Do you feel more wise? More mature?
Not necessarily more wise or more mature. No, the hair's the same. The gray hairs on the side the same. Nothing new. But I do, because everyone, like most people have like New Year's resolutions and shit like that. I don't really do that, but like around my birthday time, I'll think about like goals and ambitions and shit I'm trying to accomplish like that year of my life.
Yeah.
So now it's like, granted it's, September just ended. Now we're in October, but it's like, okay, what are my plans and how am I moving forward from now on until, next September? So I had said a couple years back, I had certain things I wanted to hit, but like we've talked on previous podcasts, shit doesn't always go according to plan.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
So you got to, reevaluate, readjust, and try to make your goals happen. Pivot.
Yeah. I do definitely, I feel that. I feel like a lot of people get reflective, especially, people like you and I that, we're thinkers. That, people get reflective around their birthday. It's another year around the sun, all that fucking shit. But, you try and you look back at everything that's happened. You look at where you're at. You look at where you're trying to get to and how close you are to what your big picture is. So
accomplishing those, goals. And it's not only like you said, it's reflection and just you kind of take a real look in the mirror around your birthday and are like, all right, am I aware?
In the mirror.
Great song. You're like, am I where I want to be? If I'm not, what can I do to, get to where I want to be? How am I going to get there a little faster, or am I on the right path? And we've been talking about this for months now. Like you, Jordan, Ryan, everybody, like we've been all on our path trying to get to our goals and trying to accomplish certain things.
Our path to greatness.
And I feel like I've made, the right steps into getting where I want to be. This is just me sticking to it, keeping, staying consistent with it. Not only the podcast, my other businesses, but like me in the gym.
Yeah.
And like shit like that. Little things that you don't think, add up, they add up. So you just keep chucking away and keep doing the little things, and one step closer to your goals.
Consistency is fucking half the battle right there.
That's the true key to success, but
honestly, nothing's happened overnight unless you're lucky.
Yeah. And even luck, you could be lucky once, but unless you're consistent with, after that, nothing's going to change.
Yeah, usually luck comes with, consistency, preparation. You were in the right place at the right time, so the ball happened to bounce your way.
Just happened, or you were already putting all that work in for X amount of years before. And even with like certain shit, even with like the podcast per se, we're putting, the right preparation, the right steps in place to where, say we do get lucky, say something does happen, one little the
ball happens to bounce our way.
Yeah,
the one thing I will say that
crazy viral that y'all fuckers want to hear.
Yeah, the one thing I will say I think that is like the most lucky thing that it's an overnight thing is the lottery. Well, I think that's the one thing that I can think off the top of my head that is like. But even then again, some people are like play the lottery every fucking day.
Correct. I was going to say
still like
it all depends. It all depends on the numbers, because I just talked about with my Uncle Frank. I just talked about this exact thing. I got some scratch offs for my birthday. Mm-hmm. Got like $20 or $35 worth of scratch offs for my birthday.
Big winner.
Nah, I scratched all of them. Nothing. Yeah, and I was like, well, ain't that a bitch? But I don't buy scratch offs like for myself.
I've only gotten them for like stocking stuffers. Not even for my birthday.
Yeah, like this was basically, it was a card stuffer. Like they just threw it in the card with, a little bit extra stuff. But it's like I've never or I'm not gonna say never, because I've bought little $2 ones here and there.
Yeah.
But I've never like gone out of my way to be like, oh, I need to buy a lottery ticket, or oh, I'm gonna get one every day or every week. Nothing like that. Because I feel like, because I know people who have won, couple hundred, couple thousand, but it's like, how much did you spend to win that?
Yeah.
If you're spending
probably
500
just made your money back
on lottery tickets and you win 500, you haven't won shit.
Fair point.
So it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not really gonna be wasting my money on the lottery like that. Granted, when you see like huge Powerballs and shit like that, I'll spend $1. I'll be like, fuck it, let me buy a quick pick.
It's the worst that could happen.
Yeah, because it's like I was gonna spend that $1 regardless, so I might as well. But besides that, it's not like I'm gonna spend or budget for. Oh, I'm gonna do
the lottery ticket. Yeah, I got a fucking budget for buying scratch off. That'd be some wild shit.
Yeah,
it's a true addiction right there.
Yeah.
If you're fucking budgeting for scratch offs.
I mean, I know people who do budget not for necessarily scratch offs, but for their lottery tickets, or for like they call it like they're gambling.
Yeah,
and they'll spend X amount on the lottery, and then they'll save whatever amount for if they're planning on going to casinos, shit like that.
Well, I mean,
which a casino trip, that's a fun time. Like, I'll be the first one to say I love playing roulette. Like, I'm not gonna say I'd die for it, but I would love to go play roulette. Like, that shit's just fun, and it's low key addicting. But you got to know when to get up, when to walk away. Like, you got to have that mental toughness and everything in life to know like this is a bad situation.
You gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
You've been a singing guy today.
Know when to walk away. Yeah. I've been a guy that I've been hanging out with. He's a DJ, so
makes sense.
It's been we've been playing a lot of music. Fucking
when
I went to go see my dad last weekend, one of the nights we just fucking hung out and just played fucking
just random jams,
just on YouTube, just typing in shit, and we just went down the fucking. We started at I think it was like because it was me, my dad, his wife, and my older sister. So they started with like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, and we went from there to fucking rap, Outkast, Craig David, going back to fucking like alternative rock shit. Like we were all over the place. So like I've just been super
fun ass nights.
I've been super in my music bag lately.
That's good. We should hey, look forward to a new playlist coming soon then.
Oh shit,
Eric's in his music bag.
I haven't done one of those in a while. I've put some together, but I haven't made any of them public. But I need to. Jeez, about to concuss poor bear. And now he found a pillow.
Exactly.
But
You're welcome.
Yeah, definitely have been. He's like, no, fuck that. Yeah. I only wonder if there's a foot in there. But I've definitely been just trying to get in front of a lot of different people, for the music stuff, for the podcast, is trying to make good connections, and we need to start building a good team around us to help us, because we're good and all, we're great, but we need help too. So
I mean, to shed a positive light on you and your recent actions. I mean, I'm like a proud brother over here, just like you go, man. Like. You've been doing
I'm actually gonna start on Monday. I'm gonna bring my laptop and my turntables over there and start. He's gonna teach me start fucking.
Oh, with the guy you're working with?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So.
Well, there you go.
Which, by the way, hey, he does he's on TikTok and shit. I need to get his DJ name and shit like that. But he does his own thing on TikTok. It's called The Room, that he'll go live and spin and shit. So. Speaking of, I need to get the credentials for that shit, so then I don't know if you can do a joint live on fucking TikTok or not.
Probably.
I have no fucking idea.
I'm not going to lie to you.
God damn, I feel old as shit.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I know there's a lot of things. If anyone follows us on TikTok, I mean, Instagram, that's both of us. More of Eric posting, but it's both of us on it. TikTok is yours truly, and you know why. It looks the way it looks because you know why.
But yeah, so just look out for these things. We're trying to close out the year strong and really put a stamp on what we're trying to do and kind of really take our shit to the next level. If you've been following us from the beginning, we started with 4 with just that 2, no love lost. Just things happen, and I feel like they're
still a part of it. They're just not currently on the podcast.
Yeah. But I feel like that's kind of allowed us to hone in a little bit more, delegate the work, and help keep each other accountable for what we're trying to do. And now that it is two of us. You know, I take care of this, you take care of that. We collab on this. You know, if I'm talking to people, then I spearhead that shit. If you're talking to people, you spearhead it, and it's been easier to.
And even when it's like, off that last point, even if it's like one of us, talking to one person or the other, we're still, using each other as like references, or oh, I got this from him, or oh, you need this, just like that. For talking points and other things.
Speaking of, I just got a Zelle that just hit my account. So
there you go.
There we go. But
look forward to something new coming.
Backtrack a little bit. What are your goals for 29 then? I know we were talking about that. What is it? Is there anything specific, or is there something new, or is something you want to build on that you've already been doing, or?
Well, not to go in like too depth with it, but goals I've already been currently working on is, everything stays the same pretty much. Like, keep working on my Amazon business. Keep working on the podcast. Keep, working at my job. You heard the phone call. Like, there might be new opportunities coming. You got to, keep my eye out and see what those are. But one of my main goals, and it was a goal I've had this goal for years, but I'm trying to buy a house.
Yeah.
And putting myself in the best position, financially and work-wise, to be able to accomplish that goal within this next year.
Yeah.
So it's like, just basically is me honing in a little harder and, really planning, because starting like January, I'm going to begin like my search for one. Yeah. And I know it's going to take a couple months. I'm not planning on, finding my first thing.
Yeah.
But also to give more background, I'm not looking for a house that's move-in ready. Like, I'm looking for a fixer-upper.
Yeah.
And because as people know on the podcast, I do construction. My nickname's literally Jacob the Builder out here. Like, I can create shit. I can make shit happen.
Look.
Yeah, that's just a random 2x4 that I cut. You'll see why. You'll see why I cut it soon. But, so just random shit like that. But I'm looking for a place, that I can fix up. And my ultimate goal is to fix it up to then sell it. But it's not going to be like a necessarily fix and flip. I am planning on staying there for a year, maybe 2.
Yeah.
To start my real adult life.
It's funny you say that. Like, I just, like, in the past month or so, I've really started feeling like I'm an adult. Like, how, like, you're still in your head, like, oh, like, you still feel like you're, like, in your early 20s and shit like that. It's like, I'm not anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at the exit.
Yeah, you're
1 foot out.
You're literally your ass. What,
and I don't know who it was with, but I just had like that like epiphany. Essentially, I'm just like, damn, like I feel like an adult now. Like, not that I feel old or anything. I just feel grown. Like, for the first time, like, really feel like for real grown. Like, there's been moments and like shit like that, but it's like, like, I'm still a kid. But it's like, no, I'm not.
There was that study that just recently came out that said, like, you're not an adult until you're basically 30.
Yeah, because I know for a while it was your brain isn't fully developed until you're the age of 25.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else isn't developed in those 5 years that you need another 5 years to fucking.
I guess it's
become an adult,
maybe,
but
and it could be different for men and women, of course, just because maturity levels and men tend to be a little more, crazy and not as mature as the women.
Hey, but that craziness has pushed the world forward. So
yeah, it's true.
Well, feminists are going to come for me now. How dare you?
Hey, this
is a man's world.
It's written in history. They can't really tell you nothing. That's written in history.
I fucking love women. I'm somewhat of a feminist myself. We'll get into that topic another time.
All right. But, it's like, as you said, men do push the world forward, but, women are a very important part of the world.
No doubt.
We're not trying to say any different.
Kumbaya.
But, coming back to what we were talking about, I've felt a little more, granted, I felt like you said, I felt like an adult plenty of times throughout this, 10, decade. I'm now 28 years old, so I've been an adult legally for a decade, but this decade I've done a lot of shit. I've done a lot of shit that it's like,
haven't we all?
That I can look back on and I'm like, okay, I can see how that's deemed as childish. Like, I can see that. So it's like, I did do I haven't done like much thinking back or much reflecting on the past 10 years, but I did get into my head a little bit, like a day or so ago, and I was like, well,
Life is lifing, bro. Life is lifing.
Life is definitely lifing.
That's beautiful though. Beautiful.
But going off of, my goals, and like I said, just a little side note again. Why 29 is like such a big year, because my birthday is September 29th. So like I feel like 29 is my golden year. Yeah. Like that's my year. I'm just going to shine beyond measure. So that's why I'm trying to do all those preparations this year while I'm 28 to put myself in the best possible situation to where that, my fruition comes true of 29 being my best year yet. But going off of that, what are some of your goals and ambitions for the rest of this year and the last, we'll say the rest of this year and the 4 months leading up to your birthday?
Well, I mean, for those of you that have been following, I got off to a rocky start this year. Torn Achilles, car broke down, other personal issues, but
he's finishing strong though.
Yeah, I mean, and that's really, what I plan to.
Had a massive turnaround.
Yeah, I mean, I just, get my money back right, get my savings back right, catch up on bills, and that's, all, in the next 2 months. But then, in the meantime, still, like I said, get in front of people, start promoting more, start marketing more, start getting the right people around us as far as the podcast, and even just personally myself, like, I tore my Achilles and I was out of work for 2 months. I was pretty much like out of commission I was just taking up space essentially. So, I was able to really, really take time to think about what's important to me, who's important to me, prioritize, reprioritize, move things around, and really just have a really good fucking think about, what do I really want for myself? What do I want for my life? What is the bigger picture for me? And for a while I've known what it is. I want to be my own boss. And then it was just a matter of how am I going to get there? What path I'm going to take? Which way am I going to go? And luckily for me, I have, a variety of things, a variety of options that I can go down. And to me, they're all things that I will accomplish. It just is a matter of which one is going to come first and which one is going to get me to that, boss level in my own life, in my own head, the quickest. So
I'm going off of my knowledge of 2 career paths. I think you could do them both simultaneously. So that helps.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, for me, I want to, obviously the podcast.
3 that you could do simultaneously.
The DJing stuff, the music stuff has always been something that I've wanted to do. It's something that I feel like at this point I am passionate about. And I was talking about it today with Eric. His name's Eric too. So
there you go.
But
DJ Eric in the mix.
But I just with the music stuff, it's been something that I enjoy, and it's something that I want to succeed at so bad that I don't want to fail at it. So I've been kind of using that as that's been a crutch for me essentially. And I've known why I haven't gone in head first like I feel like I should. So, like I said, part of it is me getting over my own fears and shit like that and just doing it. The other part is, again, getting the right people around me that are going to help me reach that goal, that, actually have my, my best interests in heart and actually want to see me succeed as well. So, the older you get, the more you start to realize that people just don't really give a fuck. They might say they give a fuck. They might act like they do, but at the end of the day, people don't really give a fuck whether you succeed or not, because most of the time it has nothing to do with them directly. So,
it's very few people that will actually
So it's,
that do care.
Especially this past month or so, it's been really important to me that if I do sit down with somebody, whether it's, meeting for podcasts, whether it's meeting for, personal stuff that I'm trying to work on, whatever, I really try to make sure, this is me, this is who I am. I'm not here to fucking sugarcoat, bullshit you, waste your time, because I don't want my time to be wasted. So, let's be transparent with each other. If something's not working, something's not going right, you don't feel like this is it, just let me know and we'll fucking go our separate ways in any aspect of my life. I just, I'm just really focused on making sure I have the right team of people around me to help me get to where I want to get to, and also me help them in however way I can help them. So,
which is very important. I mean, I
want this to be a two-way street.
Correct.
Two-way street.
Not to talk bad about anyone else, but you don't want to have relationships where you're just dragging it along out of the goodness of your heart or the amount of care for somebody. Mm-hmm. You can care for someone and not be a part of their life anymore. It doesn't make you a bad person. It's just there's everyone has a certain mental capacity of where, like you were saying, life goes on. Life be lifing.
Sure do.
And it fucking comes for everyone. So there's times where you can't give so much effort or so much time to other people, and it's not that you don't love them or don't care about them. It's just you gotta
take care of yourself. You gotta put you first.
You gotta take care of yourself. And sometimes, like you said, it's not that people don't. That I'm gonna, I don't think people just don't give a shit or don't want you to succeed, but they're more of like I need to do this to succeed, and I need to, put myself in a situation to help myself now as well. Yeah. So people aren't gonna be as willing to lend a helping hand or give advice, especially if it's like, and this is the fucked up part about the world. Some people, if say you're trying to do the same thing, you would think people would come together and be like, let me help you and you help me. Yeah. Let's work as a team.
Nope.
But people are so me. Like I'm gonna get it first. No, fuck you. This, that, and the other. They're not willing to help you or like work with you to where you both can succeed.
That competition, and that shit is annoying. Honestly, like I have a friend that I guess she has a friend that's starting a podcast and invited her to do the podcast with her. And anytime anyone has ever approached me about them wanting to do a podcast or what should I do, like I'll be the first one that's like, listen, like I'm not here to fucking compete with you. Like,
yeah, I'll give you all the advice.
I know, like if
you could even be on our platform if you want.
Real shit
to help.
And I know she was joking when she said it, but she's like, "Oh, now you got competition, blah blah blah." This and that. I'm like, it ain't competition. Like to me, podcasting is like the least competitive form of media. Like to me, it's like the more people you can have on and you can collaborate with, the more it is going to help you.
People, I've said the same thing. Like people will try to promote something, or for instance, podcasts. I see podcasts popping up all the time, and the way people just even market themselves, I'm like, I could just tell them like, well, you don't got. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, I would love to be the best at something as well.
Yeah. Like I want this to be the best podcast, but I'm not gonna like
shit on another podcast to put ours up.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, don't listen to them, listen to me. No, fuck that.
Because and then
you can listen to multiple fucking podcasts.
Yeah, and I feel like that also, to that point, it just defeats the purpose of podcasting, because podcasting is like the most free form of media too. Like me and you have literally no credentials to really talk about jack shit.
Well, I guess depending on
construction,
there's only a couple
landscaping,
credentials that we have,
the gym.
And no one wants a podcast about that.
Yeah, so it's like, the stuff that we talk about, we really don't have the fucking, but we can. We
I have a degree in business, business management. I
don't even have a degree. I have a certification in training. That
I'm not gonna have a podcast about it.
So like,
I don't even remember all of the material.
It's just it's a beautiful thing that we could do this, get our opinions out there, just based off of things that we enjoy, looking into: sports, UFC, football, basketball, fucking music, current events, conspiracy theories, shit like that, and come on here and just fucking shoot the shit. And some of it might sound good. Most of it sounds like we're fucking dumb as shit. So it's like,
but
you guys tuned in. So there you go.
That's the fucking
that's the
beauty
of it.
Right there.
That's the beauty of it.
We just hit a natural Kodak moment, just without even trying.
Bro, that being said, I got some titties that I'm trying to drink. Boom. They even got the nipples poking through the bikini. Ain't that some shit? Cheers, my friend.
Dirty bastards.
Woo-wee!
So 28.
That good old G4 tequila.
Woo! Well, you finally finished the bottle.
Damn, we've only been talking for 24 minutes. It feels like we've been fucking talking for longer.
No,
maybe it's just me then.
It was just good conversation. Riveting.
It was. You get lost in the fucking sauce a little.
Riveting conversation.
But yeah, bro, fucking life. Life is a fucking doozy.
But going off everything we said, you kind of answered it, but kind of went off onto a tangent. What are some goals you have pending on this?
All right, so fucking get my savings back right.
Okay.
Catch up on some bills. And that's, like I said, between this month and next month, I plan on doing that. But then also, like, by the end of this month, start funneling money into, my interests, my passions, a.k.a. the podcast, personal training stuff, DJing stuff, music stuff. So, I mean, that's how I want to close out this year is make sure that strong. I have, I've gotten myself back into a comfortable place financially. And making sure that at the very least I have a plan going forward to get myself to where I'm trying to get to as far as, career wise, personal goal wise, things like that. And, as of right now, all those things are falling into place. And, it sounds cliche as shit, but it is amazing when you actually put time and effort into something, the results that you get. And it's just wild to me how much people just want things given to them. And no type of work, why do you deserve this? Why should I give this to you? And not even deserve, because we don't deserve. I feel like nobody deserves anything in this life. Like, no, deserve it. Like,
you should work for everything.
What is deserve? You could there's so much gray area with that, but like, you get what you put in. Yeah. And that's not to say that if you put in the work you're going to get everything you want, but if you put in work you will get something. You will reap some type of benefit from it. So it's just a matter of like just shutting the fuck up, putting your head down and suck it up. Life sucks for everyone. In some way, shape, or form, life fucking sucks for everyone. So you might as well fucking make the most of it and stop being a hating ass bitch.
Yeah, it might not happen,
Bingo.
It might not happen today. It might not happen tomorrow. Shit, there's a lot of instances where you see people work for 5, 10, 15 years
4.5 years.
Without the results that they want or the results that they're earning for, but then one day out of the blue, boom, and something hits, whether it be a small business owner finally gets a huge sale, or even if it's, people, sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. Sometimes people think they failed at something and boom, they sold it, and that was the way they made it, Yeah. So it's like you never know when your time is. You just have to work and work and work and pretty much, have your goals, stick to a plan, and just execute. It's easier said than or harder, The fuck?
It's
easier said than done for sure. I'm saying it's harder to, actually make it is what I meant to say. Harder to make it than, me just talking about it, But
I mean, the one thing
we're getting
the one thing that I do, strive for and everything, I just hope that, I can inspire someone. Even if I don't make it and what I'm trying to do, like, I hope that, like, my effort and the way that I go about shit and the way I go about life can inspire somebody to do what they want to do.
Be an inspiration.
Or maybe treat people better, change how they're doing shit or whatever. Like,
a beacon of light in this dark world.
Bro. Yeah. Pretty much. Honestly,
some deep shit right there.
Honestly, but like for real,
I like that word too. A beacon
of light. But yeah, I feel like that's what everybody should strive for. Like, again,
everyone should strive to leave the world better than the way they entered it. It's hard in this fucking world we're living in.
I mean, I agree with that, but
it's very hard. Some bullshit going on in the world.
Man, that's so
from all angles.
I mean, think about it. Do you really think that? From like 100 years ago, yes, like from a living standard and the way that things are accepted nowadays, things have changed. But has the world really gotten better? I feel like people just, especially in this country,
in the past 100 years, in the past century,
before you go, because like in this country specifically, like, oh fuck, I lost my train of thought. Go ahead, I'll get it back.
I was saying in this past century, if going off what you're saying,
got it. That that we've built a life here that's so comfortable that most people don't go without food. Most people can, have a roof over their head, clothes on their back, things like that. But like, we've gotten so comfortable as a society that we start creating our own issues. We start creating like problems because naturally we, our survival instincts are we need to eat, we need to find food. But when all that shit's taken care of, you just go down to the fucking store and get yourself a bag of chips and a nice steak, and all right, well, I'm good. I eat. I have somewhere to sleep. Like, you start naturally creating problems for yourself. So I feel like standard of living has gotten better, but the way that we process things, the way that we profile people still, I feel like that shit's always going to be there because that's just natural human nature to do that shit. Yeah, well, certain things might be more accepted, but we'll look for other things to fucking shit on people on.
I mean, it's kind of natural, kind of taught. Because, like, I feel like the natural part is not knowing the unknown is scary to everyone. Mm-hmm. So, like, new person comes at you, you're like, oh, you're a little standoffish. But I also think it's taught, prejudiced and, like, taught hate, for example, of, like, certain groups or certain people, scarier than others. I think that's a taught trait. I don't think that's just naturally in you. But I do think in this last, century, from 1923 to now, 2023, that we're low-key the U.S. and the world in a whole. Yes, it's gotten better, but I feel like we're in a hamster wheel. It's like we're in a very nice cage. They've updated the cage pretty much because it's like,
Damn,
we're given a lot of freedoms, and like you said, food is provided for us. Food is provided for a fucking hamster. We got a little water. Like we're set up to where. And I'm not saying we're not free because, in our own lives, we, go out in the world, do whatever the fuck we want. But at the same time, our impact on the world is very minuscule at the same time because we're in this hamster wheel. Yeah. Like, we're working for our goal. Everyone in this world has goals, has ambitions. Mm-hmm. Some people, everyone's striving for something. Some people's goals and ambitions are to be the best of the best at something. And, I could use athletes as an example. They're the best of the best at that exact field or sport that they're in. You could use, songwriter or musicians. Yeah. You could use writers, book writers, novelists. You could use politicians. I mean, I feel like if you're a slick talker and, you study long enough, you could be a good politician.
It doesn't seem like
I've said it before on the podcast, which I was talking shit before. Probably drank a little bit too much.
Both could probably be great fucking.
I feel like I could run for president one day. Hey. I mean, I'd have to get into politics pretty soon here because you got to be older than 35 to even run for president. So,
Yeah, but imagine
get into politics.
Our current president, Joe Biden, he ran for president in the 80s and 90s and didn't get it. So imagine,
I'm saying, they love down the line. I was born in Winter Park. They ain't gonna say shit about me. Sure, Jordan called me the Cuban sensation, but I'm only half Cuban. They can't prove I was born.
Hey, that might actually help. That might actually help you in fucking in getting votes and shit.
Get the Latin vote.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Be the first Latin president.
That'd be some shit. That'd be
that. My stepdad, he would tell me that. He's like, you'd be really good in sales, or like, if you were a politician, I would vote for you because you're very charismatic. I'm just like, yeah, but I'm not full of shit, so
yeah, that part's hard. I'm easy going. I could talk to people.
It's not. That's
sales,
the thing. Yeah,
sales is a pretty easy, field that I've always been in.
It's not hard to bullshit people. For me, it's like at some point I would feel guilty about it. Yeah. At some point I would feel bad about it.
Selling lies. I've never sold. Going back to this is a quote from Jordan. I've never sold dreams. If you don't know what I'm talking about, learn it. But going back to what I was talking about with the hamster wheel real quick before we go off on another tangent. Why I say that is because in America, for example, yes, we're free and we have freedoms, but the world, the way it's set up is, just the way of life. In olden times, even before, the 1900s, it was like get whatever amount of land, work the land. You're pretty much good on the strength of your own two hands.
Yeah.
Whatever you can do is whatever you can do. Yeah. Now, like you said, it's the convenience of we could simply, and we talked about it in 171, Aliens, in that episode, where money, it's the shit, money. Oh, let me trade you this gold shiny object for some food.
Let me trade you this paper object for some food. Yeah.
So now it's like everything comes to you so easy. Now it's plastic. We're using plastic. Digital fucking money. No.
Shit, not even. Sometimes now account. You can just fucking Apple Pay.
Yeah. Think. It's digital, digital currency. And it's going more digital.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, that's why I feel like we're in this hamster wheel and hamster cage of people aren't doing things with their own hands anymore. People, are living dream lives, but it's like shit's bought. It's produced for them. It's this. It's that.
Manufactured.
It's never somebody like. Granted, there is pros and cons of it, but one reason I like construction is when I'm done with something, it's
a rewarding feeling.
I could take a step back and be like, look what I just did.
Yeah.
And I'm building someone else's dream. That's literally what I'm doing. I'm selling, not myself, but selling my abilities to help someone's dream become accomplished.
Yeah.
And it's like, I wish more people would, try to or go into trades or go into this or go into that to learn like different shit like that, because it's like if you're just getting, or granted, I'm not saying it's bad because for society it needs to happen right now.
Yeah.
But when the world is just the way it's going, it's my industry is a dying industry. It's always needed. It's always going to be needed.
Yeah.
But it's not a lot of people are getting into it because it's hard work.
Yeah.
And nobody likes to work hard anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in landscaping, so that's the same thing. That's why I enjoy it, is because, you can see the results. Like people who like instant gratification, you would think that they would like going into construction, doing landscaping stuff, doing manual labor shit, because you literally can see your results like that. Yeah. You go fucking cut a lawn for 2 hours. You saw what it looked like before. Yeah. You see what it looks like after. It's like, that is, to me, that is the most instant gratification you can get. Like,
I mean, mine takes a little longer.
Yeah, and yours takes but it's the same thing though. You can see the
you see the progress.
Yeah. It is rewarding.
It's not like the gym where it's like it takes longer to see the progress.
Yeah, the gym is a fucking... And I love working out. And I love the gym. And that's something that I want to, pursue is, something in the fitness industry. But, it takes, and this is what I tell the people that I train. I can want this for you as much as I want it. But if you don't want it for yourself, this shit is going to fizzle out. Doesn't matter how hard, because then at that point, the harder I push you, the more it's going to want you to not do it. Yeah. You have to.
The more you're going to want to not do it.
You have to want it yourself. And the first thing I will tell people is that, especially people that are beginners, this shit is not going to be easy. This shit is not going to be fun. Don't expect this to be fucking a walk in the park or anything like that. And I feed it to them like that.
Got to spoon feed it sometimes.
And yeah, maybe I should a little bit, but but it's like I give it to people like that because it's like I don't want to sell this dream to you. And then, you fucking, we start getting into the nitty gritty of it, and your fucking legs are sore. You start fucking, your legs are tightening up. Your shoulders hurt and all that shit because you haven't been moving your body enough. You haven't been moving your body in years. And two, like, people don't stretch. They don't warm. They don't have any idea. So like, when you don't use your body, that shit will start shutting down. Mm. Your muscles, they become fucking.
Hit the go-to saying.
If you don't use it, you fucking lose it. Real fucking shit. They'll get smaller. They get weak. They don't get used anymore. So, that's how you build your strength. That's how you build.
I'm in the gym consistently. And that's kind of what's the word? The
bare minimum?
No, body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
I'm in the gym fucking consistently. And even sometimes I'm in the gym and I'll look at myself after, I'll be like, damn it, I'm looking small. Like,
hey, shit, these are fucking 17 inches right here, buddy. Bow.
I haven't measured in a while.
Pretty sure I still got my Amner's last week, and I don't know how we got onto the topic, but I'm like, bring out the fucking tape measure.
Yeah. I did it a while ago. I'm pretty sure I still got some 15s.
At the fucking when we lived in Crowntree.
No, we did it at you guys did it at Bolton Bend.
Did we? I don't remember that.
Swole Patrol.
Swole Patrol. Wee. Only two of us are fucking holding true to that shit right now.
Damn, Skippy. But
oh man,
well, there's 4 people in that bitch.
There is. At least we got 50%, so that's half the fucking battle.
Half of it.
Yeah.
But whatever. As long as we can stay consistent in the shit we've, joined or been
in. Yeah.
You said, we can want it as bad as we want it for someone else. Unless they want it for themselves, we can't push them.
Don't mean nothing.
You push someone too hard, sometimes you push people away.
Yeah.
We have receipts on how that happens.
Oh, my God.
So.
Jeez. the list of receipts that I have of that.
This is one of those things where life be lifing, and
especially with my personality too.
Yeah, you be an asshole.
I do, but it's like it comes from a good place. It's like the thing is that like
but everyone's different.
I would want somebody to call me out on my shit like that, and the thing is that I haven't found a lot of people that do, and not to say that I'm not gonna fucking give fucking shit back.
Yeah, but that's how, for instance, why we work so well is because we are built the same,
and we can do that
in that
and
regard.
we can talk shit to each other. We can
talk shit and take shit.
Yeah,
not everybody can take shit.
That is
a lot of people can talk shit. Not everybody can. A lot of
people can dish it, but can't take it.
So
yeah, and
it's one of those things. It's not always a comfortable, thing, but you got to be willing to,
but like
do both.
Who the fuck like?
It's
I want
just
the
one
only
of those
place
things.
I'm trying to be comfortable in is my bed. Like everywhere else, I can be uncomfortable. At work,
life is uncomfortable.
Doing this shit at the gym, like
I prefer life to be uncomfortable because that's when I know I'm working hard.
I'm doing some shit.
If I'm comfortable, I'm feeling like I haven't been working hard enough. I'm being lazy. I mean, this past weekend, it was. we're going off. It was my birthday weekend. Yeah. So, for instance, I didn't do the productive. I did even my birthday on my birthday, the day of my birth. I woke up at fucking 5:30 in the morning. Hit the illest chest workout I've done in weeks. I went harder on my birthday than I have gone in weeks.
There you go.
Because I was that pumped to do it. I was like, well, first off, it's my fucking birthday. I'm gonna kill the gym. I was in there for like an hour and a half. Well, like an hour 10, hour 15. My workouts are pretty fast in the morning because no one else is there. Yeah, so you can
that's true. That is
kind of
true.
bang out.
I need to start doing that.
And I was by myself, so it was like I was jamming. Working by myself, just going it. Actually, no, I'm lying. Helen came with me on my birthday. She did.
Shout out to Helly Belly.
She was doing back and shoulders. I was doing chest.
I did a quick little back workout today, but it wasn't. So tomorrow I'll probably do back legs. But that's the thing, like especially now that I'm able to.
Tomorrow.
I've been able to, my ankle is getting back to a place where this month I want to start getting, and thank God that 24-hour has those fucking self-propelled treadmills. I want to start by halfway this month. I want to start getting on those, even if it's like 5 minutes, just a light fucking pace and shit. Because and a lot of people give me shit about this, and when I say a lot of people, it's usually my family that are giving me shit about this. But they're asking me, it's like, you're not planning on, you're gonna stop playing sports, right? I'm like, no,
fuck no,
no. I mean, and like I get where they come from. It's a place of concern, and I appreciate it. But like, this is my first major injury in 29 years of living. I've never broken any bones. I've never had any surgery. I've never had to get anything fucking repaired or anything like that. I've never torn any tendons until March 28th of 2023. So,
the date, that date is in there.
That shit was fucking, and just because of just the culmination of everything that led up to that point. Yeah. It was just like, wow, like this would fucking happen.
That was
like,
a date. Yeah, that was a date you're going to remember.
For a while. But like, to me, it's why would I not strive to get back to that point? Yeah, it's like it doesn't make sense to me not to like. Oh, one bad thing happens and now I'm just gonna fucking call it a day, call it
a life,
and that's the thing too. Like that's something that I've always done since I was a little kid. Like my grandparents had a little jungle gym in their backyard, and they had the Olympic rings. And I'm telling you, at 5 years old, 4 years old, I'm pulling myself up, doing flips and doing all this crazy. Like, so from a young age, that's just what I've been active for a long time. So it's like, it wouldn't sit well with me if I didn't at least give it a try. Yeah. Like if I go out there, it's been a year because I'm planning to go back in the springtime. I'm actually I want to start a no hangover team. Well, I want to do that again, but actually like, get real legit jerseys like these with numbers and shit like that. And I've already been talking. Zach actually wants to join too. So I've already been talking to him about it and shit like that. But, I want to at least go back out there and at least give it a try. And if I go out there and I'm like, yeah, I can't, it's this, maybe it is time to fucking just, maybe just pick up games here and there and shit like that. But for me, I feel like I would be doing myself a disservice if I didn't even go out there and attempt it. If I didn't even go out there and try because, I might hurt myself. It's like, I take a risk fucking starting my car up and driving down the fucking street 10 minutes every fucking day. So it's like, what's the fuck? Like,
and I mean,
so what if I tear another tendon?
It is, not to like be dark about it, but the worst thing that could happen, like, is, like you said, us injuring ourselves. I mean, the worst thing is that we die, but shit. If we die, it's dying doing something
then,
you love.
Yeah, I mean, but even then, like...
I could make my peace with that.
Who is that the worst thing for us? And we've talked about this before. Death is usually worse for the people that are alive, not the person that's dead. Death is the worst
for the people who are alive. When you die, there's no more pain. You don't feel nothing.
And it depends and that all depends on what you believe in and shit like that. But me and you firmly believe that once you die, there's something that happens. We have some type of spirit, some type of energy. Like, we have different thoughts on what happens, but we both believe something happens afterwards.
Yeah.
It's not like you know.
This is just, we're in this world. This is just my flesh, my skin, my sin. This is all this body, this life. Once I'm free from this, me and God, we'll have our own date in heaven. I'm not worried about it.
And it is funny, too, how, everybody said, oh, life sucks, life is this, life is that, blah, blah, blah. But everyone's so fucking scared of death when that's, like, the true escape from this shitty life.
Yeah, that is.
And listen, don't take this. Yeah. I'm not over here wishing for death. Like, I'm all good up here. Like, we're all good. But it's like, I
hope to live a long life.
Yeah, for sure.
I've never been, well, I'm not going to say never, but in
the fear of death left a long time ago.
Correct. After
I would say for both of us too. The fear of death left a long time ago.
I've seen death. I've been around it and close enough to it to know, like, when you're gone, and you're not hurting anymore. You don't feel that. Granted, like I said, I want to live a long life.
For sure.
I would love to live to my hundreds. Well, let me take that back. I want to live till I can't wipe my own ass.
I was just about to say that. The minute
if I can't wipe my own ass, take me out.
For real shit. The minute that I can't fucking shit for myself, then
yeah, it's time to check me out.
I don't need somebody else wiping my ass. I already had somebody do that for me when I was a baby.
But
yep. I don't need somebody looking at my wrinkly ass. My balls would probably be fucking wiping my ass for me at that point. Shit.
My balls to my kneecaps. If my balls hit my kneecap, I don't want it. I don't want to live no more. But yes, I would love to live a long life. I want to see, generations of my kin.
Real shit.
But
real shit.
After that, you've hit every accomplishment, every goal you've had for yourself. And even if you don't hit every goal, that's not the worst thing. As long as you're trying.
Bro,
that's the most important thing.
That. Plus, too, like, I wouldn't want to live for a long time just to see us go through the same cycle of bullshit that the cycle of human beings is. Oh, my God. I think I like that.
I mean, the way the world is going right now, it scares me. I'm low-key scared to bring kids into this world already. I'm going to still do it.
Yeah.
I plan on still doing it.
Yeah,
but
it is. Yeah, I mean, you start seeing that. I feel like you just see. I mean, and I've only been alive for 29 years, and I could see that. I like history, so like I'll watch history documentaries, and history was the only class that I got A's in consistently. Besides gym, so. Like same. That's something that I've paid attention
my first
to.
A in college was
boom, but like you start seeing that like we just follow the same trends. Everyone follows the same cycles. Everyone, and I said it in a snippet this week. Like, everyone says that you see everyone, lay the path for you as what the blueprint is. But most people need to bump their head a few times to learn themselves. And you go a couple generations down the line, and things that have been taught are now brand new to people. Yeah. So then now they're making those same mistakes just in different circumstances, different settings. So it's like, like why would I want to fucking live long enough to see that happen 2, 3, 4 fucking times? The people that say they want to live forever are fucking insane. Yeah. I mean, it's people who good for them, but like, golly,
I feel like it's people who are internally scared or don't have that relationship with, with God. In my case, with God, in other people's cases, with a higher power.
The universe.
Whatever you want to believe in. I'm not saying you're wrong.
but you're wrong. No,
but you should, check yourself.
Yeah, I just feel like people should just have some type of faith.
But
no matter what it is. But
at the end of the day, people who do want to live forever is that fear of the unknown. Like circling back to the very beginning, that fear of the unknown is like what scares people the most about any situation.
Yeah.
And it's not just about dying or getting old. But like I know people who are just scared of like a next job opportunity. Yeah. People are very like scared of change. Everyone's so scared of change. Yeah. They're not willing to put themselves in a position to, be hurt in any way or like, oh no, I might lose this. I might lose this opportunity. Okay, but you losing this opportunity might open a much better opportunity for you. But you're not even going to be willing to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And like just like you said, we might put ourselves, in front of 100 people We might get 99 people telling us, no, fuck you, your podcast is stupid, whatever. It's only going to take one person to believe in us or actually have that, same type of mindset or same type of enjoyment or same type of, faith in our ability to be like, this can really do something.
Yeah. Or like, on an even deeper level, not let their own insecurities fucking mask what we are. Because a lot of people, and I've seen this, and I've seen it with people that I'm close with, that they let their own insecurities fucking, they project them onto other people and let their insecurities paint the picture for them.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck, like, how long have you known me? How long have we, how many times have we gone through this situation? Like, how many times have we had this conversation to where it's like, you would think at a certain point, it's like, you start understanding yourself, you start knowing, and like, you don't let your perception of the world dictate how you think about other people when they're showing you this is it, like people's authenticity and shit like that. And that's something that I feel like I was blessed with from a young age. Like, I've had a really good like judge of character. I know when, obviously I've had my run-ins with certain people that like I just turned a blind eye to shit for whatever
You're blinded
reason.
by females, some of them, but
aren't we all? But like, for the most part, like, I have a good judge of character to when like I know when something is beneficial to me, and I know when I care about somebody, but it's not working and it's going to drag me down. And that's why, for the most part, I've been able to
get out.
Yeah, that's why I've been able to keep myself out of trouble for the most part, because not that I'm like, I grew up in a fucking hard neighborhood or anything, but a lot of my close friends when I was younger that I thought like we were close, we were friends. Like I was, part of their family in a sense. I've seen them go to jail, seen them go to prison, fucking do dumb shit, armed robbery, things of that nature. And it's like, all it takes is me just saying, sure, yeah, we'll hang out. I'll go fucking ride along for the ride, and guilty by association type shit.
Huh?
And it's like, again, I didn't grow up in a bad neighborhood. I grew up, middle class, upper middle class, maybe middle class, whatever. But like, I didn't grow up rough. I had, roof over my head, clothes on my back, food on the table. Like, but none of that matters. It's about the
latest trendy stuff.
It's about who you fucking decide to stay around. And you say this all the time, like, show me your friends, I'll show you who you're going to be.
I actually just said that the other day.
And it's true. It's the truth. But a lot of those times it's like, listen, I fuck with you, you're cool, but like, you're doing dumb shit, you're bringing me down.
The exact saying is, show me your friends, I'll show you who you are.
Oh, there you go. So there you go.
Because people love to, determine who you are, like, without even knowing you. People will base opinions on people for example. Yep. Just like you said.
Yep. Guilty by association.
I mean, I feel like Saturday was a good indication of who the fuck I am.
That is true.
I had all my people with me.
Yeah.
So like, besides maybe like 3 or 4, besides that, pretty much all my people were there.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're gonna judge me today.
Yeah, and all of them, I'll say we're all pretty good, outstanding guys.
Yeah, Isabel, my older sister, was like, "You guys are a good-looking group of guys." I'm like,
"Hey,
what can I say?"
Ding.
Hierarchy, it goes me and everyone else, but I'm like, everybody pretty good looking,
Someone did tell me today though that I have exotic features, and I've never heard that before.
Exotic features,
yeah. Huh? I was like, that's the first.
I've
heard a lot of different
features,
shit. I've heard a lot of different shit. Somebody thought I was Middle Eastern once. Someone thought I was straight black. Yeah. I'm like, I don't see that at all. I get mixed a lot, but like, they said you have exotic features. I'm like,
when I was in Seattle, I got European a couple times. I got Spanish, of course. But
man, when I was in fucking Pennsylvania, I went to Maryland for a weekend, and let me tell you, people looked at me like I was from a different world. Yeah, I'm like, nah, I'm just from Florida, also, baby. Like,
also, because like my hair is, it's like a light brown, I'd say, right? That's only here. That's only in Florida. With the sun, my hair is light brown.
Yeah.
In Washington, my shit was jet black.
I fucking bet.
Because I didn't have, that exposure to the sun.
Yeah.
So my pigment in my skin, I got a lot lighter, but my hair got a lot darker.
Yeah.
Like, I got pictures and videos to prove, like, my shit was jet black. And, like, people
fuck all that
literally were like, oh, my God.
Shit.
Yeah.
I need some fucking...
Nah.
I'm a Florida boy through and through. I like the warm weather year round. I like fucking being able to fucking step outside with my shirt off in the middle of December and not give a fuck. Like, miss me with all that fucking cold and all that bullshit.
I mean, snow was cool and all. I lived in it for a year and some change, but
the snow is fun for about 3 days. After that, I'm like, get me out of this shit.
Snow was fun for about 3 hours.
It's like,
once you gotta drive far in it, you're like, oh, this is sketchy. You gotta put it scrape it off your windshield,
did you have to dig your car out of snow?
Luckily, I didn't because
I had to dig my car out of 30 inches of snow.
Oh God, no, we didn't have that.
Shit was a bitch.
But where I stayed on my where I lived, my apartment had kind of like a slanted
driveway.
Not a slanted driveway, but like my parking spot was kind of slanted up.
Yeah.
So like, luckily, and they salted the roads and stuff, so like. It would be a lot of water as soon as you come down, but I didn't have to actually shovel anything. And then there would be certain areas. I did hit a patch of like dry ice on a bridge. That scared the shit out of me. Yeah. It's basically like hydroplaning.
Yeah.
But that scared the absolute fuck out of me because I was on a bridge and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, if you fuck up.
Yeah, but I just stayed straight. My car, like, it kind of turned a little bit, but then I got out of the dry ice part and it like caught again, so I didn't fishtail bad or anything.
That shit happened to me one time, and I was like, I stopped. You know how in the movies, like, you get so close to something, and you're like this close from fucking hitting something? Yeah. Got this close to fucking hitting a mailbox and stopped, like, right on top. I'm like, nice. I was like, no. That's when I had the PT Cruiser, too, so you know that bitch was fucking...
Sally.
Betty, that's
right.
Hey, don't disrespect.
I forgot about good old Betty. She fucking beeped like a Toyota. That car was annoying with the seatbelts.
Nagging.
Yep.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
and then I had, I caused that. I was a bad influence on my friends. They didn't want to wear seatbelts.
I know.
Sad.
Yeah, but when you got in a fucking Betty, you fucking did.
Yeah, because that shit
she
was
would bitch
annoying.
At you. She wouldn't stop until you put your seatbelt on.
She really wouldn't.
She was. Hey, I had a love-hate relationship with that car, but ride or die for sure. I rode that thing until the wheels fell off.
Literally.
Honestly.
Quite literally.
Because I got my new car, or I got a Kia, I got the Optima, and literally, like, I think my stepdad gave it to somebody else because they needed a car within 2 weeks. That shit was fucking kaput. I was literally on its last wheel, but, I mean, I got the miles out of it. I fucking drove up to Pennsylvania, almost drove back down to Florida, broke down in South Carolina. Had a lot of fun times with that car.
It's like, to Betty.
Gang, gang. But yeah, so.
But anything else? I don't even know how much time we're at. Probably like an hour.
Just about another. We're at 57 minutes. So we got 3 minutes. You want to fucking talk some shit for 3 minutes like we've been? Or you just want to fucking wrap it up?
I'll leave that one up to you.
Fuck. Yeah, I think we just wrap it up. I guess moral of the story is fucking don't be a bitch. Fucking do what you got to do.
Follow your dreams.
For real.
Set goals. Make shit happen.
And when I say bitch, I've said this before, but bitch is a universal term for me. It's not specific to one gender. Yeah. Because you could be a guy and still be a bitch. So there you go.
Side note, though, there's only 2 genders.
Boom. Either you got a willy or you got a fucking vagine.
Pretty much. It's that simple.
I mean, you can cut off.
You could be called whatever you want to be called, but
isn't that crazy that? Oh God, fucking people will cut their dick in half and stuff it inside of them and create an artificial vagina. Ouch. Golly, that sounds like pain. Oh my God. Ooh.
Oh God, the world. That's what I'm saying.
The world is a wild.
The world is a scary place.
We are living in like. And it's funny because I was watching Gamer last night. There's a movie with Gerald Butler, and you see all these movies from like the early 2000s and shit about how the future will be, and it's like,
oh, they were wrong.
I mean, we're there, we're in it. Like, it's not as fucking futuristic, but like just the open-mindedness that everyone. And listen, I'm all for being open-minded. I feel like I'm one of the most open-minded people I know. But like sometimes, like it's like. You got to fucking draw the line somewhere at some point.
I do oppose things.
I mean, so do I. But I'm also, on the same like, hey, you do what you want to do. Do I agree with it? Not necessarily, but hey, like,
correct. I'm not saying like my opinion is right or wrong, or like I'm the end all be all, because I'm not. But there is some shit I see in the world where I'm like, this is some bullshit.
Yeah, it's not
the shit they
like,
try to push on you is just like,
yeah, it's just some of it is just
right.
not.
It ain't right.
Yeah, essentially.
And I ain't finna take it.
Like, people want, people to live a certain way and be a certain way, but like, again, at
Too
a certain point, at a certain point, we got to draw a line somewhere, and like, we can't keep on moving the goalpost for what we see fit, and correct. What for or what matches our opinion,
or a certain group. Like you can't, like they try to move the goalpost for. I mean, I just heard something. This is like someone I know that has a child who's 6 years old, got a seizure, had a seizure.
Oh shit!
So now the kid needs seizure medication. Needs to be taken like once a month to prevent seizures, whatever.
Yeah.
Insurance apparently doesn't cover that. But if they were to say like they were, needing or misgendered or wanting to do something like that, insurance fully covers that shit.
Really?
So it's like that's some bullshit in the world where you can become if you're a man, you can become a woman, or if you're a woman, you can become a man. But if you're in need of help or sick, insurance won't cover seizure medication. That's a fucked up thing in the world that we live in today.
Boom.
And that's where I do not agree at all. Come for me if you want. Fuck your opinion.
Shit, brother. Yeah,
fuck your life. Bing bong.
And on that note, everybody love everybody. We'll see you next week.
We out. Peace.
Doses.